Hi, I'm Father Daniel Greasy, rector of St. Anne Orthodox Church, just outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. If you were to visit St. Anne Orthodox Church on a Sunday morning, it is highly probable that you'd have to stand in the kitchen during liturgy. Over the past few years, we've practically doubled in size. This past calendar year alone, we've received around 75 people into the church. Our current 4,400 square foot space is beyond maxed out at this point. Our only classroom wasn't big enough for the 27 catechumens we welcomed last year on Lazarus Saturday. Most Sunday mornings, the breakers have to be reset because our makeshift kitchen can't handle all the crock pots that are plugged in. With each passing week, new frustrations arise and relationships are hindered due to the lack of space. Our nave is also the classroom, the fellowship hall, the narthex, and the hallway to the bathroom. Here in East Tennessee, people are flocking to Orthodoxy, and it's not slowing down. I can't remember the last time I looked out into the nave during a Sunday morning liturgy and not seen several new faces. And there's no way to really describe how tightly packed we were for Pascha. And so, not only do we need a new building, but we need a new one now. The question is, can we build a new space quickly that will not only meet our current needs, but accommodate the continued growth we are experiencing? We've already purchased property in a great location in West Knoxville, an area that's seeing a lot of growth. It is a 7.6 acre lot. It's about a mile from the interstate, making it a central location that will not only reduce the commuting time for the majority of the parish, but will also be more accessible to inquirers and hopefully aid in our continued growth. We've been working with Presbytera Mirella Tudora, an accomplished Orthodox architectural designer, to develop plans for the future church. It will be based on traditional Byzantine architectural elements, joined with the aesthetics that reflect our East Tennessee heritage. The nave, featuring a dome in the middle, will be over 3,600 square feet, and the building will have a spacious narthex of more than 600 square feet. The sloping landscape grants us the ability to have a walkout basement. Downstairs will be 6,000 square feet, which will allow us to have a parish hall, a kitchen, and multi-purpose rooms. At St. Anne's, we have a robust coffee hour. This is a highlight for our parishioners. It becomes the crux, this center gathering point outside of the Lord's table and the altar that we commune at, where we come together and get to know each other. A second floor, which will be completed in the future, will have a bell tower and additional administrative space. So we have done already a lot of preparation work. We've done a lot of testing, survey, and initial drawings. All of this, including the land, has already been paid for. That was about $425,000. Between cash we have saved and the anticipated sale price of our current building, that provides around $1.1 million we already have in capital. We also plan to acquire a construction loan of around $1.4 million. So this would bring us to nearly $3 million in resources to leverage for our new church. That leaves us with $922,000 to raise so that we can break ground, commence construction, and immediately move into our new church. Though this additional space is greatly needed, it's not the last step. The final step, once we're in, will be to raise an additional $1.5 million in order to finish the building. This includes things like finishing out the basement, fellowship space, as well as the second floor, building a permanent parking lot, and, God willing, finishing the iconography in the nave and the altar, and all the sundry projects that will come up. So, we're asking that you give, and then you give generously to St. Anne's. Our tithe needs to be the first line item in our budget, not the last thing or an afterthought. Raising $922,000 will require stretching and sacrifices from every single one of us. We also ask that you would share about the story of St. Anne's, the explosive growth that we have experienced. Share with your friends who worship at other Orthodox churches throughout the country about what our need is here in East Tennessee. Besides making a traditional donation, We also have a store with Orthodox items that have been professionally designed. There's mugs, t-shirts, stickers, and more. We'll have many more resources coming soon, such as Orthodox Planner and children's resources. And finally, and most importantly, we ask that you pray. Pray that the Lord will provide the resources needed to build our new church. We have to build a church where families aren't crowded out during our food and fellowship, where inquirers aren't overwhelmed by the lack of personal space. We need a space where we have room to match the growing needs of this parish. We need a building that will bear witness to the weddings of our children and the baptisms of our grandchildren. Will you help St. Anne build a church that is large enough to nourish the souls of all who wish to taste and see that the Lord is good?